Okay, the first thing we want to do is disable the firewall. So let's go ahead and do that. We can use net sh to do that. All right, so firewall is now off. And let's see how we can enable RDP via the command line. There we go. This one works for me. All right, that's super annoying. All right, so that was added. And now what we can do is look at who's on this box, right? So we can say net user administrator. And let's just change our password. Remember, we are system, so we can do this. Sweet. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create a new tab, and we're going to use our desktop to do this. And I'm going to create a new one down here, a new pane, so we can build this out. Let's see, what are our options here? Username, nothing really interesting. By default, the administrator actually has RDP rights. They're in the RDP group. So we don't need to add them to the RDP group. Let's just try to connect to this box via RDP. Make it big. This is the fingerprint of the server. Do we want to do that? Well, we know this is fidelity. This is so we know we're connecting to the right server. The server's compromised. We compromised it. We know what we're doing here. So we trust the certificate. All right, let's just log in as administrator. And the new password we created. Very nice. The first thing I want to do is just confirm the Windows version. Running WinVer. We are actually at Windows Server 2019. So, you know, we heard about Windows 10, Windows 2016. It's actually Server 2019, so that's kind of cool. And of course, if you were playing Hack the Box to capture the flag, you could just grab it here, but that's not what we're doing. First, let's look at the file system. Here's the www root, and here's the source code for the web app, right? And this is what we gathered through SQL injection. Here's the source code right here. Here are the uploads. Looks like somebody tried to upload some reverse shells here, but there's nothing in there. So it looks like the box creator was just trolling people that might have looked there for reverse shells. Got logs, we have a few other things. And we're going to actually check this out. So let's close this out. Let's look at the registry first. And if you look where we are, let me scroll up to the top. We are in the HK local machine system services, and we're going to go down to the service we compromised, which was this guy. You can see here, the image path has already been overwritten, right? It doesn't contain a reverse shell here anymore. You can see some of the parameters, but this is basically what we saw from PowerShell. And this is the value we overwrote the image path. But the interesting thing is IIS. So if we go to IIS, we can go to the manager. And if we drill down, we can get some interesting information here. So if you go over to logging, you can find out where the logs are. If we go to view log files, go in here. There's really not much logging, right? I mean, these attacks right here, this came from us. And this is when we were accessing the admin page. Notice you don't notice any of the SQL injection. That's because the post request payload body isn't logged by default for IIS. So that's why, that's pretty dangerous. If we make this big, can see a few other logs in here. We don't really see anything. Now let's try something interesting. Let us run wfuzz against this box again. Control AZ. Can we do that? Let's see. Sudo wfuzz. Let's do this. And let's not run wfuzz. Let's run dir search. Control R, dir search. Control R, Control R. Every time you press Control R, it will search the history for whatever you're typing. And I just want to see if we can get these logs to show up in the RDP session. So, I mean, we're actively scanning. Look at the timestamps. Interesting that nothing updated here. Oh, it did. There we go. Took a while. Well, now you can see this is our dictionary attack against the server, right? I mean, these are all of the folders that we are requesting. You can see the fields, right? Now, by default, the post request body isn't logged by IIS. You could select different fields by going here, but you notice there's no post request body, which is kind of annoying. Now, there's different modules you can install, I believe, to get this to show up, but by default, it does not show up. And this is bad because if we go back to burp, you'll see we can run our SQL injection and it will fly right under the radar. All right, let's go back to burp, SQL to LFI, right? This is where we extracted a database. This is something you'd want to see if you were a server administrator. Control space. Okay, we sent that request. Let's go back to RDP, view logs. Do we see it? This was against the search products.php. So let's look for that. Search products.php. I mean, I'm not seeing the attack strings. We can even make it a little bit noisier by doing this. Right? I'm just trying to tag the log with something we can search by. So now we can search for this. Hashtag SQLI. Hashtag SQLI. It's not there yet. But let's see. If we close the log out and reopen it. Refresh. I'm not seeing that anywhere. It's possible we need to wait a moment, but you know, that should have definitely popped. I wonder if I send this to intruder, will it show up? Control I, Control Shift I. Positions. Take this out. That is a position that we want to use. Let's go to payloads. Let's load the SQL injection payload. Sec lists, payloads, fuzzing, maybe it's there. SQLi, generic. All right, let's see if this works. Start attack. All right, it's just saying this is the free version, so it's going to be kind of slow. That's okay. We don't care if it's slow. We just want to see if we're getting any of this stuff being logged on the server. Because if you see this, you should be concerned, right? Let's go back to RDP. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stop dir search so that we don't kill our server with too many logs. Control Z. Let's go back to the RDP session. It's already 14 megs. And Let's see if we can find this. I mean, these don't look like attack strings. This is a post request. You can actually see this is a post request coming from our machine with this user agent string going to this destination for search products. And you know, it tells you there's 151 bytes, but it doesn't really show you anything. I mean, this attack is still going on. Look at this. What if I search for this? What's something we can search for? Or 1 equals 1. Or %20. 1. Let's do that. Or %21. Let's just search for this. Or %20 and then a 1. Close this out. And I really want to see this in the logs. And I don't think we're going to see it. Nope, not there. That is actually terrifying. Wait, there we go. Okay, so this is actually our SQLi attack earlier. And look. No payload. We don't see the SQL injection attack because it's in a post request body. This only loads what's in this header field here. It's not loading what's down here. So there you have it. I mean, you could Google on how to enable this. IIS post request logging. And I think it's advanced logging, which you need to turn on, which isn't on by default. So that's the box. We just popped it, and I hope you enjoyed this one. There's a lot of stuff in here. You're probably going to want to watch this lecture many times over. And next lecture, we're going to continue to build out this course with some more material. So there you have it. And I hope you enjoyed this lecture. All right, thank you. Bye. Oh, by the way, of course, if you have any questions, just leave a comment or reach out to me, and I can definitely help you. I know there's a lot in here, so you're going to want to watch it multiple times, most likely. All right, see you later. Bye.